Good morning. This is Allie at Digital Forensics. How can I help you out today?
Hi. Yeah, we have a really questionable wire transfer that we didn't authorize. Um,
Let me take down your information and we'll get started on you.
One of the biggest concerns when it comes to phishing emails or attacks is you really don't know what you're clicking on. If you start putting in your personal information, you're really going to put your company at risk. My name is Brian Phishing. I am one of our data breach response specialists as well as customer care and relations. A real life scenario and things that I've seen in the past is somebody gets an email that says, hey, check out what we did over the weekend, and they click on the link. And the link says, hey, you need to log into your Gmail account. And they log into their Gmail account with their user ID and their password. And then it has them go into another authentication step. They then authenticate the account and they're already infected and they don't even know it. They see a picture, the picture has no pertaining, or it'll go to a blank screen. And at that point, they go and say, hey, listen, I clicked on this link, this is what happened. And at that point, you're infected, and Lord only knows who has access and what they're accessing at that point in time, as we don't know what is on the server. Is it an email server? Is it an accounting server? Is there personal identifiable information? They have no idea what they've done to the company and what kind of potential risks they're at.
These kind of attacks can implement gateways for the perpetrators to then have access to other parts of server or company. Databases of their client information, possibly financials, employee information. So they're not all the same as far as what the end result is and what happens once they have the access, but either way it can be very bad, and it is very bad. And the main thing I hear from clients that I've worked with in these situations is liability. And that's one of the key words that every client I work with iterates to me, is they have a liability to keep their employees' information safe and secure, and also their client information, they're liable for that.
So once they clicked on the phishing link, what ended up happening was the controller, or who they thought was the controller, was able to send multiple wire transfer requests to an accountant. The accountant of the company had sent 4 or 5 different wire transfers to different banks around the world, thinking that they were doing the right thing, when in fact they weren't. Digital Forensics Corp, our company, was able to step in immediately with a quick response and gain secure access to their database server as well as the email server. We were then able to put together a timeline of events. We were able to let them know how the data breach occurred and that it was still active and what we needed to do to stop the data breach. And then from there, allow them to understand the types and amounts of data that was impacted or migrated. Once we were able to determine that, we were then able to put them on notice that there was personal identifiable information, personal health information that was impacted, and that they needed to put not only their employees but their clients on notice that these things had occurred. Once we were able to do that, and they were able to notify their customers as well as their own employees, we were then able to do a security IT audit for them, and therefore we were able to seal up a loophole that was on their website, which allowed the phishing attacks to begin in the first place. And we do this quarterly every year to make sure that nothing else can happen to where this company would be impacted or migrated or breached at all. As Digital Forensics Corp gets involved in data breach response, there's several steps that we have to take in order to help our clients. First is to gain secure access to our client's IT infrastructure. Second is to identify if there is an active breach. Third is to build a timeline of events as the breach has occurred. Fourth is to determine what type of data has been impacted or migrated or even uploaded or downloaded or streamed. And at that point, Digital Forensics Corp can then provide an IT security audit so we can let them know what loopholes and changes can be made to their IT infrastructure to keep them safe and secure in the future.